welcome to this week's practice. Again, my name is Natasha and I'm going to invite us into this week of fire. As always, I like to reintroduce the props that I have. Chair, of course. We have our blocks here and I do have a bolster next to me, but we can also include into our practice a blanket. And I have that over here at this time. You can either rest it on your chair and help your hips and your sit bones, but you can also rest it here on the earth. And this is where I usually like to start with it, just as I extend my feet. And when you relax your feet out, feel free to just let them hang here. It doesn't have to be perfect or stationary, just allow them to fully relax at this time. And then as we find ourselves comfortably in our seat, you can begin to walk your sit bones and hips back to where you're comfortable, still allowing your legs to extend in front of you. And then we're also going to begin to start sitting tall here. And first starting the practice always off by centering ourselves, connecting with the breath first, and then we'll go into our warm-up before we start the practice. And so as we're here, first we're just going to go again and relax our legs, relaxing our back, sitting tall comfortably in our seat. In all the postures, I always invite us to either close our eyes if that's comfortable, or you can gently soften them, or you can always have that fixed point in front of you to focus on. So as we're here, we'll go ahead and begin to center ourselves. You can begin to first start noticing how your breath is feeling at this time. You can also begin to start noticing how your body's feeling. And that's where we're first going to connect with the breath, sending it to various parts first to check in. So as we're here, we're first going to send the breath down to our feet. You can begin to notice how they may be feeling. You can notice maybe how your ankles are feeling. You can also begin to notice maybe how your shins and how the back of your calves are feeling at this time. You can take time to notice maybe how your knees are feeling right now. And you can also begin to start noticing how your thighs feel. Noticing how your sit bones are feeling and maybe your hips. And then begin to notice how your back is feeling at this time. You can begin to start noticing how your shoulders are feeling at this time, and maybe your arms. Noticing how our neck feels here. And then lastly, the crown of our head. And with one deep collective breath, I invite us to draw that breath all the way up to the crown of our head. And as we exhale, we're going to expel that energy out, whichever way feels good for you. You could let it out through your mouth, through your nose. You could be audible and make sound. We'll do 2 more deep collective breaths at your own pace. On our exhale, release everything out. And on our inhale, we're gently going to reopen our eyes, bringing awareness back to the space. And now we're going to move into our warm-up. So always starting down at the base of our feet and then gradually coming up to the crown. We'll first start out with our feet. This is where you can extend them out in front of you if you like, on your pillow or your blanket, such as myself. And we're just going to allow our feet to extend, resting just on our heels. First, focusing on our toes. On our inhale, we're going to draw our toes in nice and tight. And on our exhale, we're going to spread them wide, let them stretch out. Inhale, drawing it in. Exhale, spread them wide. Inhale. Exhale. You can continue doing this several more times at your own pace, noticing at this time how your toes are feeling, how your feet feel. And then on our next breath, we're going to continue with our feet, relaxing our toes here, and then just press one foot down. And on our exhale, we'll switch sides, pressing the one opposite foot down. Inhale, switch. Exhale. On our next breath with our feet still, we're going to go ahead and focus now on our ankles by doing circles with our feet. You can choose the direction you like. And again, as we're here, we're just taking our time, noticing how they feel in this area as we turn to the direction that you've chosen. If you're noticing, like myself, that your feet are going to one side, that's fine. You can begin to transition and bring your feet the opposite way. Noticing any sounds, any strains, hopefully not much, but we're just wakening up our ankles in this space. We're going to walk ourselves back to center, and then we're going to walk our feet just about, bring it closer in towards you, still keeping them about hip width apart, and we're going to focus now on our knees. So if you can clasp your hands underneath your left leg, and on our inhale, we're gently going to raise that leg up towards us. And on our exhale, kick out. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale, kick through. Inhale, draw it in. And exhale, lower down. We'll do this side 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, kick through. Inhale, draw it in. And exhale, release. You can shake out the side, let it relax for a moment. And then we'll move over to the right. Again, clasping our hands underneath the knee. And when you're comfortable, on your inhale, drawing the leg up. And on your exhale, kick through. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And 2 more times at your own pace. On your exhale, we'll release this foot down. Again, you can shake out your leg here, letting it relax for a moment. And then we're going to move up to our hands. So we're going to extend our hands out in front of us, just like our toes. On our inhale, begin to squeeze them nice and tight. And on your exhale, spread your fingers wide open, let them stretch. Inhale, drawing it in. Exhale, spread them wide. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. As your hands are pushed out, this time we're just going to bend one wrist down, and the one that's out we're going to push through. On our exhale, switch sides, pushing through that palm, bending the wrist. Inhale, opposite. Exhale. And continue doing this at your own pace. And maybe in this area, you might be noticing how your wrists are feeling, maybe how your arms are feeling at this time, and your shoulders. And we can also check in with how our back is feeling. Maybe noticing how our sit bones are feeling at this time as we do this. We're going to make this posture even bigger by turning both palms over. We're going to bring just one towards our shoulder this time, keeping the other arm extended. And on your exhale, switch sides. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As always, with all of these spaces, I invite you to always either close your eyes or soften them, or find that fixed point. And then on our next inhale, we're going to bring both hands to our shoulders. We'll turn them out towards the side. We're going to focus on our elbows this time and our shoulders. We'll begin to draw circles towards the front of our body. Starting off our circles nice and small, and then gradually getting bigger. Each time you're drawing the circle up, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, drawing our circle down. On your next breath, we're going to go in the reverse direction. Again, starting off small, we're going to draw our circles towards the back of our body. And then gradually get bigger, honoring our shoulders and our back. And then on our exhale, we're going to release our arms down here. And you can just let them hang alongside you at this time, just noticing the weight of how your arms are feeling. And then you can bring them to your knee or to your thigh at this time. And we're going to move up to our shoulders, bringing them towards our ears. So on our inhale, draw them up as close as you can, as tight as you can to your ears, gently pushing down on the knees. And we're going to take 3 slow, deep breaths here. Filling up the entire upper part of our body. And on our last breath, exhale and release. You can roll your shoulders back again, lowering your hands down along your side. On our next inhale, we're going to bring them back to our knees again, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears as tight as you can. Hold them here. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. on our exhale again, release, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the hands down. From here, we're now going to transition into our next warm-up, which is nostril breathing. I like to show this two ways in case having it on your face isn't comfortable. So first we would have our index to our middle finger, and we would bring that to the middle of our brow. Your fourth finger is going to stay open while we use our thumb to close the right. If it's not comfortable to cover your face, then that's where I invite us to just have your palms on your lap. And so for this one, we would close just the left palm. On your inhale, when I invite us to inhale on the left side, you would slowly open up the grip on that hand to mimic the air going in. And on your exhale, we would close the right palm. On your inhale on the right side, we would open up the right palm. And on our exhale, we would close the left. We can do this together. Depending on where you want to start, you can have your hands here, just with the left palm closed, ready to open. Or we can have our fingertips on our nose. On your next inhale, draw everything in on the left side. Hold at the top. Close, exhaling everything out on the right. Inhale on the right. Close at the top. Exhale everything on the left. And we'll continue this for 3 more rounds at your own pace, finishing on the left side. And we'll begin now breathing in on the left. Two more rounds. Last round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale everything out on the left side. We can lower our palms down here in front of us, taking the time to notice the coolness of the breath going in and out of our nostrils. Taking the time here to notice how we're feeling in this space, any thoughts or sensations that are arising. Now I invite us to reopen our eyes, and we're going to begin to move into our flowing practice. So first we're going to start off here, keeping our feet hip-width apart. You can walk them back if you need to. Our knees are hip-width apart. And on our first inhale, we're going to draw our hands out in front of us and then begin to raise them up high, creating length in this space. On your next inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting towards the left side of your body, bringing that hand to your knee. You can either rest your hands behind your chair, or you can also hold on to the side of your chair. And as we look in this direction, we're going to take 3 deep breaths, again filling up the whole upper part of our body, right down to our toes. And we'll start our 3 breaths here. Exhaling everything out. On our inhale, raising both palms back up, creating that length. On our inhale, reach higher. And on our exhale, now turn towards the right side, bringing that hand to the knee. Again, you can rest your hand behind you, or again, just hold on to the side of your chair, looking in this direction. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths. On our next inhale, raising the palms back up to center. Again, we'll twist towards the left side. This time we're going to move quicker. Exhaling here. Inhale, reaching back up to center, creating that heat. Exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, reach up. Last one each side, twisting back towards the left. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, turning towards the right. This time on our inhale, we're going to reach our hands back to center, only lowering the right hand down. We can hold on to the side of the chair here. Inhale, reach up higher with the left. And on our exhale, we're gently going to bend over towards the right side of our body here for half moon pose. Feeling a gentle stretch along the left side of our body. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. And with each inhale, try to reach just a little bit further, creating that length on that side of your body. On your next inhale, raising yourself back up to center, we're going to lower this hand down. You can hold on to this side of the chair. We're going to inhale our right hand up. And on our exhale, begin to lean over towards your left side, feeling that stretch now on the right side of your body. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths here. And on our inhale, we'll raise ourselves back up, and we're going to lower our hands down. Having both hands alongside our body, we're going to start off here in seated mountain pose, and then we're going to transition into some sun breaths, some sun salutes, and then we'll carry on to our fire practice. So having your hands alongside here, hopefully you're feeling that stretch and extension in your arms and the breath moving throughout the body, feeling that lengthening and expansion with each inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, we're going to draw both hands up overhead, palms together. And on our exhale, drawing them down to our heart. We'll do this 2 more times, just moving gently into the next. Inhale up. Exhale down to our heart. Inhale. And exhale down to our heart. If you do have blocks or a block at this time, that's where we're going to incorporate them now. We're going to lean forward to rest our hands on our blocks. If you don't have that, you can also just lean forward and rest your hands on your knees. So starting back here in seated mountain, on our inhale, begin to raise our hands up high. And on our exhale, we're going to fold forward, bringing our hands down to where they're comfortable. It could be the earth. It could be your block or your knees. Inhale, gently raising the head up with a soft back. And on your exhale, lower back down. Inhale, bringing your hands to your knees, gently rise yourself up to seated pose. Exhaling our hands alongside our body. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale down to our heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands down to where they're comfortable. Inhale, raising the head up with a soft back. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, bringing our hands to our knees, gently rising ourselves up to seated pose. Exhaling our hands alongside our body. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale down to our heart. Last one. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting our head up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bringing our hands to our knees, gently rise up to seated pose. Exhaling our hands alongside our body. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale down to our heart. This time we're going to bring our hands to our knees, and we'll now transition into cat-cow. So on your exhale, let your back round by sitting forward with your head, pulling the shoulders forward, bringing your back towards your chair. And on your inhale, we're going to pull our chest forward, drawing the shoulders back, leading with our chin. Exhale, rounding, allowing our head to fall. Inhale, pulling the shoulders back, leading with our chest and our chin. And we'll do cat-cow here for several breaths, comfortably at your own pace, loosening up our back and our hips. And on your next breath, we're going to bring ourselves back to center. Coming here with a nice flat back, you can relax your shoulders in this space. And now we're going to move onto our seated boat pose. So this is going to have transitions to it this week. First off with boat pose, just like how we were clasping our hands under our knees, we can also do that here with our hands alongside our body. So first, just with our left leg, we're going to extend that leg out in front of us, just holding it here. And on our breath, we'll release that leg down. On your next inhale, we're going to lift up the right side. We'll hold it here for one deep breath. Exhale, lowering down. Back to the left side. Inhale, extending, kicking out in front of you, just holding that weight here. Exhale, lower down. Last one on the right side, kicking through, bringing the leg up. And exhale, lowering this leg down. This time I'm going to invite us to hold on to the sides of our chair if you need that extra stability, or if you feel like you can hold your hands out alongside your body here. What we're going to do is shift our hips back in our seat, and then this time we're going to inhale both feet up. Holding it here, and then we're going to lower down. So we'll do that for one breath first. So inhale, drawing both feet up, holding it here. Exhale, release. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, raising our boat up. Exhale, lowering down. Last one. Inhale, raising both legs up. And exhale, we'll lower our legs down. Beautiful. From here, now we're going to turn into our seated twist. So just bringing our left leg, you can walk your feet together. We're first just going to cross our legs here. If this is comfortable, we're just going to stay with that left leg crossed. On our inhale, we're going to reach the right hand up, holding on to the left side of our chair. And on our exhale, we're going to twist back towards the left side of our body. You can bring that hand to the knee, or you can gently just press on the outer edge to help your twist towards that left side. And you're going to feel a gentle stretch in your back here. You don't have to go too far. And we're just going to again take 3 simple, slow breaths. And on our exhale, we can draw ourselves back to center. We'll release this leg. This time crossing over the right leg this time. Again, we'll hold onto the right side of our chair. Inhale, reaching our hands up high. And on our exhale, gently putting the hand behind that leg, twisting towards the right side of our body here. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths. On our exhale, release, bringing ourselves back to center. We can uncross this leg here. Now we're going to bring ourselves to a rotated head to knee pose. So what's nice about this is that we're first going to go ahead and turn our left leg just out to the side, creating this V shape with our legs. But then we're just going to kick that leg out. Just let it kind of hang there for a minute. Just let it kick out to the side. And then what we're going to do is you can either rest your block or your books close to where your knee would be, because we're going to lean towards that side. So as you allow that leg to just hang out, we're first going to then inhale the right hand up. You can push down onto that block, or if you like, you can also just rest your hand onto that leg. And then on your exhale, begin to lean over this way towards the left side of our body. You can also put your hands on your hip here as that leg is extended out to feel the same. And on our inhale, we're going to bring our hands back up. And you can walk your foot back. This time opening up ourselves to the right side of our body, creating that V shape again. You can bring the block into your practice here again by putting it to where your knee would be on the inside. And then begin to just kick that leg out. Let it extend. Again, we can hold onto our hip here, or if you like, you can press down onto that block. We're going to extend the left hand up. You can stay here and then begin to hinge over to the side. Or again, you can place your hands onto that block. And on your exhale, begin to bend over. And we'll take our 3 deep breaths here. And on our inhale, Bringing ourselves back up to center. And we can bring our palms down here, walking our feet back. This time we're going to walk them back open to being hip width apart. And this time if you have your block or your books, we're going to put it right in the middle of our seat. We're going to rest our hands on it here. Or if you like, you can keep your hands on your knees. And I'll show you putting our elbows, our shoulders into the center, what that feels like. So first with the block, we'll put it in the middle of our chair. Feet are relaxed out to the side. And then we're going to push just one of our hands down onto this block or books. Extending, we'll first do the right hand up. If your neck is comfortable, you can look up at this pose with the hand, or again, you can look down towards the earth. And on our exhale, we'll bring this hand down. You can place it in the same spot as the opposite hand. On your inhale, extend and reach the left hand up. On our exhale, we're going to lower both hands down here. If you'd like to bring your hands to your knees, this is where we're going to bring our shoulders into it. Same thing. On your exhale, we're going to lean the left shoulder in to the circle or into the center of our practice. On our exhale, pull it out. Inhale, drawing the right shoulder in. Gentle twist. Exhale, draw it out. We'll do that 2 more times each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. We can gently walk our feet back into being hip width apart, bringing our blocks back to the edges of our blanket or our feet. And then we're going to begin to sit back in our chair, setting ourselves up now for tree pose. So first, I always like to start off small with all of our postures. For tree, first just starting out, crossing that left ankle over the right. If this is good, you can stay right here. If you feel like you'd like to bring that left foot to the side of the right ankle, you can also just prop it sideways here. You can also put a block down and step onto that block, still creating that V shape with the leg out to the side. If that's comfortable, stay here. If you'd like your tree to have your foot rested on your knee, you can bring that up here. Same thing, allowing your foot to relax. And then in all positions, we're going to bring our hands to the side. And on our inhale, we're going to raise our tree up, raising up our limbs, extending our hands up high as we reach with our inhale. And as we exhale, feel the shoulders sink down, still reaching through the fingertips. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. One more inhale up. And this time on our exhale, we're going to lower our hands down onto our foot and to our knee if you do have it elevated. And then we'll begin to hinge gently forward at the waist. We don't have to go far. You should already feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of your leg here. We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. And on our inhale, bringing ourselves back up to seated, and then we can lower this foot down. Feel free again to shake out this side if you like. And now we'll transition over to the right, again starting off small, just crossing the ankles here first. If this is comfortable, stay here. If you'd like to go ahead and first just have the foot turned, we can do that also here. Or grabbing our block, resting our foot on top to the side here for our tree. Or we can also, again, bring that foot up and rest it onto the knee of the opposite leg, and then having our arms alongside each other, all together. Inhale, raising our hands up, extending our tree. And on our exhale, we're going to lower our hands down, resting it on the knee and the foot here. And on our exhale, again, gently hinging forward, not having to go far. And we'll take 2 more deep breaths slowly in this space. And on our inhale, we'll bring ourselves back up to seated. And then we can lower the side down here. Again, feeling free to shake your legs out if you need to. And now we are going to transition into one of my favorites, eagle pose. So if you do have your block, you can keep it nearby. Again, starting off small, we're just going to cross that left leg over the right ankle. You can stay right here if this is comfortable. If you'd like to cross your leg, you can cross over the left leg. Feel free to have your prop here or a book or a block to rest your foot on. And as you're doing this, you're squeezing these muscles together. They're locked in. If you can wrap your foot all the way around, you can do so, but you don't have to. Just find yourself in a comfortable space. Squeezing these together. We're going to extend our hands out in front of us and now begin to wrap the left hand around the right. If it's too much to wrap, you can also just cross your arms over your chest, bringing your hands to your shoulders here. So whichever one feels comfortable. On our next breath, we'll inhale our chest up. And on our exhale, we're going to draw our elbows down towards our belly, hinging forward, rounding our back, lowering our head down, squeezing everything oh so tight. Our legs are tight, our knees, our arms are wrapped tight here. And we're feeling a gentle stretch in our back and in our shoulder blades. And take 2 more deep breaths here. And on our inhale, raising ourselves up to center. And on our exhale, we can unwrap here. We can go ahead and unwrap our legs also. We'll set ourselves up the opposite side again, starting off small, just crossing the right foot over the left. If you'd like to go a little further, you can cross your legs here. Again, putting your foot on that block or your books. Keeping these nice and tight, you're squeezing the legs together. And then we're going to reach our hands in front of us, this time wrapping the right hand around the left. And we're also either, if we're not going to do that, then we're going to cross our hands here, just opposite this time over each other, keeping your hands on your shoulders. On your next inhale, rise your chest up. And on our exhale, we're going to bend forward again, rounding our back, drawing the elbows in towards our belly, and allow our head to fall here. And we'll begin to take 3 deep breaths as we squeeze everything together. And on our exhale, release everything out. Inhale back up to center. And on our exhale, we'll relax our arms here. And you can undo your legs here. You can move your block over to the side now. And we are going to start to wind down our practice. Time has already shifted. So I do hope that you've been feeling warm this whole time. These are all simple little postures, but just all igniting that fire within. Just with the gentle twists that we're doing, acknowledging both sides of our body. It's not just the sides that we're acknowledging, we're also acknowledging within us the masculine and the feminine. So all of this is playing into these elements also. So I'm going to invite us to get our bolster at this time, or your pillows. Feel free to grab them. If you have more than one, that's wonderful. And just go ahead and stack them on your leg. You can sit back a little bit further in your chair if you like. And we're just gonna rest our pillows, our bolster, or our blanket just like this. You can keep your feet hip width apart if you'd like to balance it out, and then walk your hips back to the back of your chair. And we're gonna allow our arms to just relax here for a moment, allowing our feet also to relax, noticing how our breath is feeling in this space. And as we allow our arms to relax here and rest, we're gonna finish off with eye exercises and palming. And so bringing our index and middle finger to our nose, we're going to keep our head looking forward. We're only going to be following our eyes with our fingertips. And we'll first start with the left side, and we'll start going to the top, out to the side, and then the bottom. And then we'll come back to the middle, and then the top, and then we'll rest. And then we'll do the next side. So as we're here, go ahead and bring your index and middle finger to the tip of your nose, head staying straight. On your inhale, top left corner. Following our fingertips as slowly as we can with the breath. Exhale back to our nose. Inhale out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, bottom left corner. Exhale. Inhale out to the side. Inhale, top left corner. Exhale. And as you bring your fingertips back to your nose, allow your arms to rest here as you sit seated with a relaxed back. We're going to rest our eyes in this space or soften them so that we can appreciate the stretch that we just felt on that side. And then on your next inhale, we'll reopen our eyes, setting ourselves up for the right. So we'll bring our index and middle fingers to our nose. Inhale, top right corner. Exhale. Inhale out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, bottom right corner. Exhale. Inhale out to the side. Exhale. Inhale, top right corner. Exhale. And again, once you bring your fingertips back to your nose, allow your eyes to rest in this space here, letting your arms relax here on your bolster or your pillows or your blankets. eyes either softly closed, or you can close them completely, or again, finding that fixed point. We'll begin to rub our palms together, getting them nice and warm. And once you feel that they're in a comfortable place, we'll rest our palms on our eyes and allow our fingertips to rest on the top of our head. And we can take several breaths here. Again, noticing how the body feels with the breath. As you're here, you may notice any tingles, any sensations happening here. You may notice colors in this space. And then on our exhale, we're going to begin to draw the fingertips down the front of our face. We can stop at our eyes, giving them a nice gentle massage here and rub. And on our exhale, drawing the fingertips down the front of our face. We'll stop with our hands one over each other at our heart center. And I invite us to take 2 deep collective breaths together. And on your next exhale, you can release your arms out in front of you, allowing them to just rest here, palms faced up or down. Or if you're comfortable, you can bring your hands together at your heart center in front of you as they're relaxed here on your bolster. I always like to finish the practice by saying a Sanskrit mantra 3 times, and then I'll say what it is before we close. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions in some way contribute to each other's happiness and freedom. As always, I'll give thanks to this practice. I give thanks to you all for taking the time to practice with me. As always, I do hope that our families are well and safe during this time, and I'll continue to hope that our hearts stay soft. Ashe.